Look at that. That is the weirdest tail ever.
My name is Micah. I travel around videoing everything and anything I find interesting. Let's take a closer look.
Hi everybody, welcome to the world of Micah. I am about to get out of my car and go and check out something. I was driving on International Drive and I noticed this big green dinosaur, and so I pulled over here and come to find out there is a Volcano Island miniature golf that is now abandoned. There's no one here. There's a lot of no trespassing signs. So I've been circling around looking at everything, and if I stay on the sidewalk, I'm not technically breaking any laws because there's a fence. The good thing is the fence is see-through, so we can look at it. So I'm going to try something new today. I've never videoed anything that's ever been abandoned or anything like that, and I definitely try and follow the rules, and I don't want to upset anybody, but I wanted to show you guys this because it's really just weird and there's a lot of cool things. So let's take a closer look at my first ever abandoned type video, Volcano Island Miniature Golf, International Drive, Orlando, Florida. All right, here goes nothing. Experience the prehistoric creatures, something Tiki Island. There's that. I see, check this out. Now it says no trespassing, but there's a fence right here, so I'm fine. But this is what caught my attention. Look at that guy. That's awesome. That's so cool. Maybe they're building this place. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know. Maybe they're just building it right now, but check that tiki guy out. That's awesome. And that woolly mammoth there. That's rad. Okay, I guess the volcano is right back there in the back. And they got this little waterway here. So I'm guessing this was at one time a tiki place, or they're building it. But this right here is what it looks like now. So I'm gonna walk around here on the sidewalk and see if I can get any better shots and show you guys more. There seems to be a little walkway here that I can walk on, anybody can walk on, and hey, it's see-through on the gate, so technically I'm not doing anything wrong. But there's the main building there. I guess that's where you'll check in. This is pretty cool. I had no idea this was back here ever. Check that out. That's the big volcano. But I can't tell if this place was open for a while or if it's... I'm going to say it's been old. I'm going to say they're tearing it down. There's no way this is new because that doesn't look good at all. That guy looks pretty bad. But pretty unique, huh? Gotta love good old-fashioned Central Florida tourist areas, especially on International Drive. This is pretty unique. It's rare that you see a putt-putt place that has sort of a jungle gym. Like, you have to cross that sketchy bridge right there, and I'm sure this was all water at some point. You had to cross that sketchy bridge to get to your next hole, which, look at this. Here's the hole. This is crazy. So I'm stepping on the hole here, and the fence is right there. So where does the property end? That's crazy. Here's the backside here. See that right there? That had to have been a waterfall, and you can see it through the cave. That's awesome. I'm gonna continue walking around here. Oh, cool. Nice little tiki guy over here. Give you guys a better example of where I am. Right there's the Hampton Inn Suites. And Taverna, Yamas, and that is I-4 right there. But look at this. That's really cool. But I'm wondering if that was all water, like don't know. That tiki guy, I love tikis. Maybe because I love Adventureland and they always just remind me of the Enchanted Tiki Room. But look at that guy. That's cool. Man, if I was a kid and this was still in operation, I would have loved this. I love dinosaurs. As a kid, we used to go to Gulf Shores, Alabama all the time. We had a place that we stayed there on the beach, a little condo, and there was a place just like this that had a big volcano as the main event for the putt-putt, and every now and then it would erupt, and they had all these lights and everything, and in my mind it was a real volcano. So I can only imagine what this place looked like back in the day, especially if that right there, that volcano, erupted. Pretty awesome. So yeah, I imagine this was all water here, as you guys can see. That had to have been water. But when I saw that, the big green dinosaur, that is such a fluorescent green color. I had to stop and see this, and look at his tail. That is the weirdest tail I have ever seen for a dinosaur. Let me get a better shot over here without this fence. Look at that. That is the weirdest tail ever. Pretty crazy. Gotta love it. Show you guys the entrance here. This is it. Volcano Island, miniature golf. And right there on the door it says sorry, closed. Obviously. And that's what I'm curious all about. Like, am I trespassing standing right here on this sidewalk? I mean, anybody can drive up here. As you guys can see, I mean, anybody can just walk up here. So, and I'm not crossing the fence, not messing with anything. That's awesome. That little mule right there, that is rad. So thanks for watching, and thanks for taking a closer look at this really cool, abandoned, now under construction mini golf area here on International Drive. It's pretty cool. I wonder what it looked like back in the day. Before I put this video up, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do some research and try and find some pictures of what it looked like so I can compare and show you guys what it once was. Be sure to visit my website, worldofmicah.com, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to see more videos, youtube.com/worldofmicah. So if you would like to buy a t-shirt, visit worldofmicah.spreadshirt.com and you can buy a t-shirt. All that money will go into funding these videos. Thanks for taking a closer look. Until next time, stay weird. Goodbye.